I'm down on YouTube and Twitch on my side. How can you still have me, but everything else is down? That's weird.
You're still on OBS, but I'm also.
Yeah, that should be fine. I should be back. But yes, but you know, it's like, you know, I always look at it, if the doctor diagnoses me with something, I look at it as more of a, I have this, I'm proud. Wear it like a badge and be proud. You know, don't take it as like, oh, I got a negative, I'm so screwed. You know, don't look at it that way. Look at like, okay, well, I've got this. I'm a little different. So what? You know.
And that's really what it's all about. I can tell you now, my second child was the autistic child, or is the autistic child, and he taught me so much more than my first child ever did. Just the way that they look at the world, how they perceive it, how they experience the world. It's a real eye-opener, and it's a learning experience for the parent. And once it was hard, don't get me wrong. There were some days I didn't know how I got out of bed. But in the end of the day, you put the effort in, you stay strong, and it works. They learn how to be able to regulate themselves, and yeah, he's doing well.
Yeah, so like, and I do think too that there are a lot of people still that have, you know, negative perceptions with mental health issues.
Yep.
But there are a ton of us in streamers, and just in, you know, like Mogul Team or Crafty Collective or online, you know, there are a lot of people, you know, that you're safe here, you know, feel comfortable, do whatever. We're you know, we're all inclusive, right? It's not a negative, right? I guess is what I'm trying to say. So don't feel, you know, threatened, or, you know, that you can't speak in chat or whatever. You know, we don't mind. I don't mind. I know I don't mind.
I don't mind.
You know, you're because I look at the world differently. Like here, I'm streaming with Joy. She's a woman. I'm a man. You know, but I don't think about it that way. I think of it as, here I'm streaming with another person. We're both human beings, and that's that.
Another human, yeah.
You know, there's no. I could care if it was a guy, a girl. It doesn't matter to me. You could have different preferences, whatever. You know, however you live your life. Doesn't bother me. You know, just be you and enjoy. You know, I mean, look at me. I'm being me. I mean, look at my hair. Look at what I'm wearing. You know, I don't care. You know, other people are gonna
get off it. I love the jammies.
People are gonna come in here and say, "Oh, what's wrong with this guy? He's wearing pink." You know, who cares? You know, unfortunately, pink seems to be more comfortable than the flannel stuff I get, so I might have to be buying more of this pink flannel soft stuff. Because this is really soft, even though it's 100% cotton. It's really soft. Thread count must be better than what they make for us guys, but
I say so.
but I don't care.
I don't know. I've lost a count. Right.
Welcome in, and glad you're here. You know, enjoy.
I think I need to put something on that. I do.
Like what? Like a ribbon, or you gonna put something?
Oh, a ribbon. Get a grip.
Oh, you're putting bling on it. Oh, on a masculine card, you're gonna put bling?
I'm gonna put black bling. Trust me, it'll work.
Well, I trust you. It's your card. Of course, it's gonna work. I'd have told you to
rotate.
I would have told you to rotate the wheel 10 degrees to starboard. You know.
It's rotated.
Just to screw you up, right? Turn the wheel 20 degrees starboard.
Yeah. No.
Turn to port.
Did you have the little red port left in the bottle? Do you remember? Did you have that saying to remind you which side was which?
I probably couldn't tell you which side was which now with my memory.
Oh,
but
really?
Isn't starboard left and port right? Isn't whatever hand that you draw with or write with is port? Is that right, or is that wrong? Is that backwards?
No, well, the saying goes, a little red port left in the bottle. So port is left and it's the red markers.
Ah, and the green markers are to the starboard side.
Yeah. So a little red port left in the bottle you'll never forget. Because I hold a marine license.
And then which side do you pass a ship coming at you?
No idea.
If two ships are going at each other, which side do they turn to avoid collision? They both turn to port?
Starboard, probably.
Or they both turn to starboard? I can't remember the rule.
On the left.
Like we were going, it was funny because my wife and I was going to take the captain's course. Because I guess after a certain yacht size, you have to have crew. Isn't that the rule? Like if the yacht's over 70 feet, I think you have to have a crew. Like you can't single man something that large.
Well, you'd have to. I mean, even a 40-foot needs at least two.
Yeah, there's a certain footage, right? And I don't know what it is, but I remember we were talking about it because we talked about all kinds of things like selling our house, living on a boat, and I'm like, oh, I could do that, because we could end up anywhere,
Would you do that though?
Now or then? Let's just
Either.
say whatever my wife wanted, I would have done then. Now, it's kind of, I'm a little more frugal. Like with my condition, like I have to have 5 years of scans before I do anything, so I'm kind of stuck here for 5 years. Even though part of me says, "Oh man, sell this stuff, move to Miami. You get better views, better food, better whatever." But you have to deal with all that crazy crap. But I don't know. Now it's totally different because then we were going to buy a shop. She was going to have a craft store type thing, and I was going to do accounting in the back, right? And I'm glad we didn't go ahead with some of the purchasing things, But yeah, it's completely, my life's completely flipped. It's like basically start over from ground zero, and I don't know what I'm going to do.
But that just leaves it open for you to decide what you want to do.
Yeah, it's also dependent.
That's exciting, though.
I think it's also dependent on, like, say for example, if I meet somebody, and I'm gonna say 20 years younger. We'll just say, okay, or even 10 years older, right? There's a difference between where they are in their life. And where I'm in my life, I can go either way. I'm okay with whatever. So it's really, and the other thing too, I think it's hard, and you probably agree, when you're the nurturer, you're kind of okay with whatever happens, right? Because you're just going to nurture and go with it.
Within reason, yes.
Versus being the controlling one who's going to be, no, we got to do this, So I don't really care. So, like I said, the only thing for me, I'm more about the camaraderie, the friendship, the companionship more than anything else. All the other stuff I could care less about. It'll come and go as it comes and goes.
Yeah, well, my husband wants to retire in a certain place, and I want to retire in another place.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, something we've never really discussed because I didn't realise we were so not on the same page with this at all.
Okay.
So I said to him, "That's fine. We'll just meet up every 6 months. Once we retire, I'll go live one way, you live the other." He wasn't impressed. But also, I'm not putting my foot down yet. I'm still a bit away from the retiring age. But it's something that needs to be considered. Like, we knew where we stood getting into marriage, having kids, like education of the kids, naming the kids was probably one of the hardest hurdles we ever had to do.
Yeah.
Agree on a name. But yeah, we never discussed the retirement factor until it got to the point where we were purchasing, to get ready for retirement. And I'm like, well, I don't really want to live here. I want to live somewhere else.
Yeah, and for me, that conversation, wherever she wanted to be, ultimately it's kind of interesting. Like right now, I would be living in California had we not had the grandson born. Because our son had a child, couldn't afford anything. We ended up, basically raising our grandson because in housing the two because he couldn't do it, right? So yeah, but otherwise, we would have been in California because her parents were already, set. My parents were getting older and sick, and we'd been taking care of her parents the whole time, and she wanted to go and start, take care of my parents, right? Because she's the nurturer, right? Like me. So, that was our thing, right? And so it was always interesting because she, God, I should read you her wedding vows. I mean, oh my God, they kill you. Like she was always, because she's older than me, right? We had that discussion.
Yeah.
She never wanted me to take her baggage on, and that drove her crazy, right? And I was always, I don't care what baggage you have, when you love somebody, that's neither here nor there. It's family is family, that's the way I looked at it, right? Of course, now looking back on it, boy, was she ever right. I got screwed, but that's neither here nor there. It's still family, right? You have good family members, you have bad family members. It happens. But I look at it, and I really wish the social worker had not told her to be ready to fight for that child, to fight for custody of that child, because had she not said that, we wouldn't have been so, trying to be over the top guiding, right? It's really hard when you have, you raising a child with their parent and their parent, and you always have that thought that the parent can't do it, or the parent's going to take off, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you're in that situation, and I'm not saying necessarily that was the way it is, but that's her perception of it, right? Because the social worker had made a comment, because otherwise we would have moved. And she would have been fine, just up and dandy. But, what do you do when there's a little one that can't be supported, right? So it created an odd scenario, like, because we were homeschooling, we were raising a child, right? And we had to white lie so many things to the parent, Like I remember, like, first steps, right? We're at home all day. Little one's taking his first steps walking to us, right? So then we have to act like, oh, when father comes home, let's make it look like he's finally doing his first step with the father, trying to build a connection, trying to do certain things. So it was basically like, I felt like we were lying the whole time, right? But that's what she was doing to try to get, when one's not actively involved because they're still chasing tail, you know what I mean? Because they're too young to be in that scenario, mindset, because most males are not that way. They're not the nurturers, so it's kind of a harder situation, I guess. Yeah, it was definitely trying, right? But I was one of those, whatever my wife wanted to do, I would do in support. And if it was a bad decision, we'd have a talk about it, calmly, because let's just talk about it. We'd have debates all the time, about things. Like she'd like things one way, I like things another, whatever. I remember one time I had her change a set of drapes or a color in the house when I first, we were first getting together. That never happened again. I never made any more suggestions because it was terrible, because my color combinations were not good. She was the artist. I was the, you know what I mean? I totally messed that up. So I never did it again. I learned my lesson, right?
At least you owned it.
Yeah. But it's so for me, it's like wherever I'm going to be, it didn't matter as long as I was with my wife, right? I'd go wherever she wanted to be. But now that it's a different scenario for me, it's like, wow, I've got a whole open thing. Maybe I want to go live in Japan, try that, teach English for a while. Maybe I want to go, tour Africa, live in Africa. I can do whatever I want. I'm kind of free, right? As long as I can get a job and pay for whatever's over my head. But yeah, it's interesting, when I think about it. But she never wanted me to take on her baggage, right? So, but I did anyway because it didn't matter to me.
I'm just going to say I'm not sure you'd shirk from that anyway.
I'm
not sure that you wouldn't want that anyway.
What do you mean, to have all the baggage?
Yeah.
Well, no.
Like
See, it was kind of. See, the age thing makes a difference too, right? Like she was always of the school of thought, well, if you ever want kids, you can go and have kids. I'm not tied down, even though I wear a ring. I wasn't tied down in the fact. It was more of a, we were like best friends, partners, but there are some things that were, if she felt more important, then make that happen, right? And I was always never, it's like, well, I'm not worried about that. I chose what I chose and I'm completely content. I never crossed my mind. That's like that conversation, too. Like if medically, say one of the adults is, paralyzed or can't provide certain things, what do you do, right? She was very open-minded to making sure that I was taken care of. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do things. I don't want an open relationship. I don't want, you bringing over birthday women, whatever. I'm okay. I'm perfectly happy with whatever life brings me. It's probably, because I have more of a Zen approach to life. Like it's just, it's, don't sweat the small stuff, right? But it's tough, like now it's definitely tough because you go to start over and you look at what everybody's baggage is going to be. Oh my God, it's terrible. Some of the stories you hear, it's terrible, like I'm probably okay with a single mother with one child, but I'm not okay with a single mother with 3 children from 3 different people. It's like, wait a minute, you're crossing thresholds of too much trauma for me, right? Mentally.
Too many exes.
Yeah, too many people at my door. Like, who are you? But it's interesting because that's why part of me is like, well, if I just have a friend, I'm living with like a couple seniors getting together or widows getting together and they just live together just because they want company, or you want somebody there so you feel safe. That's fine for me, right? I'm not sweating all the physical details. I'm not 20 anymore. Big difference if you were a horny 20-year-old, But yeah, we would have retired in California. And I may still do that, I may still, but the cost of living in the rules right now, they'll kill you. They're putting governors in cars in California to where your car is computer controlled by speed. It can't exceed 15 miles an hour or 15 kilometers over the speed limit, where it can't exceed the speed limit. Like say, for example, you drive in a school zone, it's going to drop your car to 20 no matter what. You can't control it.
So it's going to drop your car.
It's going to control your car. Your car is computer controlled speed. So if you're going down a highway and the speed jumps from 80 to 100, it will adjust. And if it goes the other way, it'll adjust. You don't have a choice. You can no longer go. Because right now in California, if you're going 110 and an 80, they're not going to pull you over because it's more dangerous to pull you over. So they let people speed and it's out of control.
Yeah, I mean, we have vehicles that are capped at 100, but they can't go over 100.
Yeah, but they're doing all vehicles are going to be computer controlled.
Really?
Yeah, so if you're driving a semi-truck, if you're driving a fancy car, sports car, if you're driving a old beater, they're all going to be computer controlled. So basically, somebody can sit in a room with a computer control board and control how fast all these cars are going at one time.
Well, that's an accident waiting to happen, isn't it?
No,
No.
no, because if you pass because technically, you know how we have all these sensors in cars. Your car already has a navigation system, so it knows when the speed limit changes. So when you go into driving and you're all of a sudden the speed limit drops to 60 miles an hour from 80, it will automatically slow your car to that speed, and you can't manually go beyond that. Right? So basically, you can drive your car, but your speed is now controlled. So there won't be any more car accidents on people trying to speed down the highway, because it's going to force you to learn that, well, okay, I better just stay in this lane because I can no longer, go 30 miles over. You're stuck.
My husband would have a heart attack within the first 2 weeks of that coming in.
Oh, most people will. They'll be like, oh, let me rip that out. But then you're going to pay a fine. And they've also paid, there's now gas tax in California. So you pay for every mile driven. You pay a tax every year on every mile you drive.
How's that calculated then?
Based on your car, because it's all computer controlled. So they know how many miles you've driven. So if your husband goes out there and gets in his pickup truck and drives 100,000 kilometers a year, he's going to get taxed, a gas tax based on that kilometer. And you only drive 20, you're going to get a tax on the 20. He's going to get taxed at 100.
We pay tax at the Bowser.
At the what?
We pay tax at the petrol pump, the Bowser, whatever you want to call it.
Oh yeah, you're still going to pay that tax, but now you're going to pay a tax on actual driving because you're on a road. It's like a road tax on top of that.
We've got that with registration.
Oh, no. Different. And they've added a new tax in California. California, you're now paying an extra tax.
That's insane. Did I tell you about the spare room tax they want to bring in?
No.
Yeah, we've got a spare room tax that they're considering bringing in.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the cards. And what it's supposed to do is to help motivate people like, the empty nesters to leave their possibly 4-bedroom house and downsize to open up their house.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a crazy law, but that's they got to tax people, and see that's the bad thing, right? Because
you have a bedroom tax.
No, she's talking about the driving tax, and unfortunately,
it's a bedroom tax.
Huh? Who says bedroom tax?
Alondria said we have the bedroom tax.
Where am I missing Alondria? Where are you looking? I don't see that comment.
My mum pays for 2 spare. We've lost stream chat.
Oh, is that what we had?
Because
hold on, it's in your chat. Okay, here we go. So I missed.
Here we go.
Oh, because I crashed.
You did crash.
So I don't see who your people. Sorry. Okay, I apologize.
No, they'd hear me talking if they're with me.
Yeah.
Like
I was like, I don't see
talking
anything.
with me.
But there. But yeah, but we have the government will pay you a percentage of your house renovations and lower tax if you take in a person who's like homeless. If you help like you can have, like, say for example, I want to build an in-law suite to help house like a single mother or something. They will pay me for that. They will pay for that service, if I provide housing.
It shouldn't be like that.
Because they're trying to fix housing. Well,
I mean, I don't know about you, but we have a bit of an issue with the people coming in. We're letting way too many people in, and we just can't cope with it.
I had that talk with the hairstylist the other day. She was telling me all about that. Because, we're hiring all these people and they're taking all the Canadian jobs. So out of university, a Canadian student. Here's the bad part. Say, for example, a Canadian student applies for a job. And I'm just going to say an accounting firm. Okay? Because I have knowledge of accounting firms. Well, the government pays a subsidy if that firm hires an immigrant. right? So say for example, it's a $14 an hour job. If I hire the Canadian guy, I pay $14 an hour out of my pocket to hire him. If I hire that immigrant, I pay $7, the government pays $7, I'm only paying $7. That totally screws, that law is totally screwing the Canadian guy. So I don't think that's right. And I totally understand why, we're having backlash with, well, when is it going to be about taking care of our own, right? I mean, so... Yeah, California and Colorado are basically the same. Everybody's following California Governor Newsom. Other states that are more progressive. Yeah, it's terrible, some of the stuff. But you got to remember, states like California, Texas, Colorado can actually be independent if they pulled away from the union too. So they kind of have a little bit of sway in their decision making. Well, Missy, it must be late for you, huh?
Yeah, it's only 2:00.
Yeah. Well, I need a short breather. I need to go to the washroom really quick, but...
I can imagine you do.
You keep chat occupied.
You want to wrap it up then?
Well,
I can keep chat occupied.
I'll be right back.
You can have my governor. I tell you what, it's just a bit crazy, isn't it? But... Hey, we could talk about him behind his back now. So how is everyone? It's very strange feeling like I'm not like on the outskirts of a chat with Gigi. I feel like I should be typing my answers instead of saying them. I know it's very different, isn't it? It's quite funny because we've just had a change of clocks last week, and so instead of us being 11 hours difference, we're now 10 hours, and it made a bit of a difference with coming up with a time for this one. But no, it seems to be working okay. I know Gigi's probably desperate to have a chat, have a bit of a nap.
No, I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah, I gotta stream in a few hours, so I'm gonna go make food and do all that stuff and come back in about 5 hours.
Yeah.
I gotta take care of a raccoon issue I've got, so I can't sleep today.
Yeah. Well, you better go and deal with the raccoon.
Yeah, I've got to call a company and see if they can remove him, because for some reason I guess he's kind of a little bit of a bloody mess, and I don't know how that happened, but I don't know if he got attacked by something. And but yeah, so hopefully everybody...
How did your owl picture go?
How did what?
Your owl picture before we go. Your owl picture. Owl.
Owl? Yeah.
Owl.
Let me see. It's going pretty good, I guess. I will work on it later.
I know.
But this is what he's starting to look like. I'm putting pieces in folders so I can rotate things. And what I mean by the folders, like I now have the head in its own folder. So for example, if I were to grab the head and I'm going to animate this, right, I can now take the head of this and create the motion, where it moves independently of the body and do whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
So I can, and then I'm going to put the eyes in, so then I'll have to do like 5-6 different eye positions, and the eye will just move, and so I can totally animate this thing to, and that's not the thing, right? So when you do it in layers, you basically, you build the body, you draw the body like the head wasn't there, and then you put the head on it, and if you wanted to be like that weird, and this might scare chat and say, oh look, he's a headless whatever, you can do that, right? But you have to make sure that you've drawn the body. Right. But that's ultimately that's how animation works, right? You have to, if like you ever remember those the little sticky pads, notepads that you'd write a note on and stick it like on your fridge or somewhere, and you used to draw like
Post-it
little
notes.
yeah, and you used to post-it notes, and you used to draw like little stick figures
Yeah.
going down on different pages in different areas, and then you flip through it, and it looks like it moves. That's
Yeah.
basically what you're doing in digital art for animation.
Really?
You're basically
You mean
drawing.
easy?
Yeah, you basically draw each post-it note, and you put them together in a sequence and make it move. So like I can
Yeah,
sit there and
and
make
it-
this.
it-
I'll rock his head back and forth, and yeah,
Like little
that's
flip
what you're
books.
doing when you're doing digital art. That's kind of the mentality or the mindset that hey, I'm going to do this. And of course, he looks really cool. I like the shape. I like the design. And I want to take it once it's done. I want to take it into like live 2D and try to rig it to make it look. Make it move and rotate and function. So it'll be interesting. So that way, if like I would like to make virtual animals or whatever, have channel rewards. So while I'm on stream on camera, you see me, the little figure's over here on the left, and he moves and does whatever I do on camera, so it looks like I'm talking to myself or something. Like I'd like to learn how. It's a new process. I'd like to learn how to do it.
Not coming along well.
Yeah, it's going good. So you got a couple cards done today.
I did. I got the 21st card with a matching envelope, whichever you like to pronounce it, which is a flip one. So it's a center step card.
Okay.
So it's a bit snazzy. Got a lot of dimension on it actually. So, and we've got this one. Which
Yeah, I
is a
like that one.
masculine I like
Yeah, I
that
like
one
the
too.
3 black blings at the top. It gives it kind of a little bit of spark, but not too over the
A little
top.
something. So,
Yeah, I hope you
so there
enjoyed
you
our. I hope you enjoyed our first co-stream. That was pretty. I thought it went well.
It's lots of fun.
Next week I'll know what to. I'll have other things. I'll have to get a different top though.
A different top. Why?
Well, it's hockey season. I might have to put on the hockey pajamas.
Are you going to stay with the pajama theme? We're going to convert everyone to pajama wearers on the stream, are we?
Well, it's already. Isn't that what I thought that was a running title? Was pajamas? No,
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't care because I'll wear whatever.
I wear pajamas if I want to or not. It doesn't worry me.
Yeah, I'm totally okay with it.
Yeah, as long as I don't get out of the car, I'm fine. Except for when the police got me.
Oh,
in
that's
my
the one we
holiday
need to have the
pajama.
conversation. So remind me next time that we have, let's see, who was it? You, me, Molly, and I think it was Mama Cody. If we're all on a Friday thing and we're doing, and they're all there, to have that conversation about acceptable to wear pajamas out of the house.
Ah, yes.
Because that was an interesting conversation. I kind of want to have that conversation. It's like, well, no, it's not okay. In my
Wasn't
head.
Yummy well or not? Or Sassy was.
Oh, it was Sassy. That's who it was. The
Sassy
Sassy
was it.
Cat, Molly, you, me. That's right.
Yeah. And yes, it's acceptable to wear pajamas outside the house, in the car driving, as long as you don't have to get out.
Well, see, I necessarily don't agree with that because you get the girls, no offense to these girls, who wear the pajamas and they're kind of like the men's style bottoms where they're really thin so you can kind of see through it. And I don't need to see your undergarments through your pajamas.
But if they're in a car and don't get out, then they're fine.
Yeah, but they get out of the car. And
They
then they
shouldn't.
go into the store and they walk around the mall and they
The only time they should get out of the car is
They're
when
walking
the
around
police
holding
ask them
ice
to get out
cream.
of the car.
I mean, they actually go to the fair in pajamas. And I'm like, what are
No.
you doing? Do you not own a pair of jeans? Do you not? You know what I mean? It to me, it's like, wait a minute. No. Yummy had to put some on.
We'll put some pajamas on.
Yeah, she likes living free.
Uh-huh. What happens? Okay, so what happens if the house catches on fire? This is my whole argument. You can't be in there all together if there's a fire.
What do you mean? You can walk out living free.
No.
Yeah, I can't help if your wife leaves you because she saw me. That's not my problem. I'm just getting out of my house. There's a fire.
But that's
Well, what do I care? There's a fire. Just grab something, get out of the house. If I have to grab a towel, I grab a towel.
Okay.
If I don't, one of my neighbors better bring me some clothes. I don't care.
Really?
Well, what are you going to do, Joy? You're going to say, oh, hold on, let me go find my passport. Let me go find this.
Well, if the house is on fire?
If my house is on fire, I'm walking out in whatever I'm wearing. I may grab my wallet and my phone. The only two things I need. And maybe a car key.
You need your documents.
You
need your documents.
What documents?
Birth certificates, marriage certificates.
They're in a fireproof safe. Why do I need those?
Oh, okay. Fireproof safe makes.
If you don't have a fireproof safe and you live in a home, you're foolish. Your stuff better be in that fireproof safe.
I do have a fireproof safe, but I don't believe that if the fire comes through it, that they're not going to get some sort of damage on it.
No, the fireproof safe is fireproof. It can't get through it. Put your documents in there.
They are in there.
You'd be foolish to think it.
It's accessible for me to pick up and take with me.
The safe?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I leave it. It's fine. It's fireproof. That when they go through the fire and pick it up, I can pick it up after. It's going to be perfectly fine. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah, well, hopefully I'll never find out.
Yeah, that's the other thing, right? You should never find out, knock on wood.
Yeah, I hope I never find out.
But ultimately, I sleep, I usually have, my shorts are right there or whatever I'm in. I'll just grab whatever I just set aside and put them on. It doesn't matter to me. Well, hello, Cricket Bug. Welcome in.
Hey, Cricket. Well, I can say is I get too cold, so.
Well, then keep a jacket by your bed and grab your jacket.
No, but in bed. Like, I've got 2 blankets on my bed at the moment, both folded in half. So there's equivalent of 4 blankets and a doona.
So, okay, so when you make your bed, you have a sheet.
Yes.
A top sheet. And then you have 4 blankets?
I have the doona. Oh, do you call them duvets? I don't know who calls them duvets, but yeah, I have the doona which has the cover on it, which is what my bed is made. That's how it's made every day.
Yeah.
And when I go to bed at night, I get a double bed blanket and I fold it in half and put it on the bed. So it's 2 layers thick. And then I get another double bed blanket, fold it in half and put it on the bed. So there's 4 layers of blanket.
Yeah, see, I do in the cold. I do all year round, actually. I do top sheet, 3 quilts, and then I have a duvet that's on top. But I have 3 different quilts.
Yeah, so you got a lot of blankety quilt things too. See, Yummy said my in-laws had one, but everything was turned into dust inside the safe.
Really? Oh, and Cricket Bug says she just got home and she's knackered.
He is knackered.
And it depends too. I mean, there are situations where you can have a bad safe. I mean, more than likely that shouldn't happen. That's kind of a low percentage. But with that being said, you don't buy a cheap safe from a knockoff company site online. You know what I mean? That's something you need to pay money for quality.
Cricket Bug went shopping. Get a load of this, Cricket. That's the paper I was telling you about that I had to make a card with.
It turned out lovely. But it's there's certain things you got to protect your documents. You got to do something. But in a case of emergency, Our emergency here is more we're worried about hurricanes and blizzards, that wipe out your power for weeks on end. That's more detrimental to us.
Don't you have a generator?
Yeah, I have a gas powered generator, yeah. But I'm thinking of we've now put in some laws where we can, like, I can put solar panels on my roof. And there's a company that'll come and do it, and the government will pay X amount of dollars. But basically, the government pays you, and then you turn around and give it all to the company. I don't know if they're ripping me off or whatever, but then I get solar panels on my roof.
Okay, see you later, Yummy.
All right,
Hey,
Yummy.
it sounds
Have a
like
good
you
day.
had fun with your shopping spree.
Yeah. See, yeah, Kirkebug says fire and waterproof safe. We have to keep documents in that passport, especially since I have to live here. Yeah. Most definitely, you got to have your stuff in a fireproof safe.
Yeah.
And they're even now, some of these newer cars, they're putting fireproof safes in your car, so you can put all your valuables in it and secure it, and if something were to happen to your car, it's protected. Like, say you go to the beach or something and you have a locked box that's protected.
I just think you have to take precautions for all that.
You have the what?
Take precautions. Make sure all those things are
Yeah,
safe.
most definitely.
Yeah, that's it. So, Mr. Giggy, you probably have to deal with your raccoon, do you?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can go do that. Is there anywhere you want to go?
Oh, you adding? I don't mind.
Oh, wait, I guess if we raid out, it'd be 2 separate raids, huh?
I believe so. The raids are separate, but we'll go to the same person because that's just manners, I think.
Okay, any manners you want to pick there, manner lady?
I don't know who's on. Let me just check.
Since I am not very manner, I'm just old and crotchety. Okay, you didn't use the word crotchety, but...
I never said you were old.
That was implied when hearing a comment from
It
me.
wasn't implied. Have you not seen the cute little owl pictures you can get? Owls were babies once too.
Oh, so I better draw a baby, huh? You're telling me? Oh, wow, you're in trouble.
There is absolutely no making you happy, Gigi.
Not today, not after devouring that Freddo live and making me listen to it.
Do you want me to do it? I can do another one if you like. I've got another one right there.
No, you're not. Well, only if your numbers justify it. Oh, that's kind of cool how you can do that on a card. Now, see, that would be kind of neat. Here's your little gift. Put it on there.
That's it.
So who's online? I have Joyful Designs on.
Do you?
Floating bento box.
I've heard she's a bit dodgy, that Joyful Designs.
Crate with Candace. Cozy Witch.
I've got Cozy.
I won't personally go to Cozy because I got my head ripped off once.
Yeah, that's fine.
I buy her mod too. They came into my channel and ripped me on my channel.
That's not manners.
Yeah, it was totally unacceptable, and I've never gone back because they raided into me. And I said, because I was watching Cozy Witch. I said, oh yeah, this is a pronoun thing, and I was totally pissed. And I said, yeah, she did a great job. I was watching her do this, we'll say bear, right? And her mod chimed in. It goes, it's not she, it's they. You need to, and I'm like, excuse me? One, you don't come into my channel and correct me for anything. Two, that's inappropriate because I don't know that, and for you to attack me because I made a normal comment, you're in the wrong. And I've never been back, because I was like, that's not acceptable. If you're going to go around and push that's not acceptable at all to me. How would I know? There's nothing on your channel that states that. There's nothing there when I'm watching that says this. So how would I know? And then you come and rip me in my channel. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. Sorry. And I never went back. And I don't care who that mod was. You ruined it for me. I'm not going back. And she does great work. I mean, she's a very talented artist. You know, they are very talented artists. Sorry. You know, but I won't go back. Because you have to be able to explain things without getting in trouble, you know? I mean, it's just not appropriate. Especially to come into my channel and then rip me. Like, how would I know? You came into my channel, there's nothing that says anything that I would know.
Yeah.
You know, it's not fair. And I do get it, and I do get how, you know, passionate people are about it, and if I know, I will use the correct term, because that's what you're supposed to do. But at the same time, you can't expect everybody to already automatically know, and if they make a slip or they say something, they're not attacking you. They're not trying to be, you know, negative. Don't automatically get on a defensive. It's like, slow down. There are better ways to handle it than do that. Don't do that. You basically ruin it for everybody who's like you know, who believes in that pronoun thing, and you ruin it for everybody else because you were the Karen. Not my problem. You know, sorry. How would I know? You know, the people I know in those communities, they're very kind and they tell me about it. I don't have a problem. So why did you come in and decide to make it about you? You know, when you want to be selfish and make it about you, well, hey, you know, you're just coming over looking for trouble. That's not my problem. You know. And they've never been back and I've never been back. And that's just the way it works. So, not my problem. Not hurting my numbers. Pixie Bomb's on. Fairwing's on. I'd say Shenanigans is on too, but I just went to Shenanigans I think a few days ago. And then I haven't been to Candace. I've never been able to raid Candace because I'm never on.
Well, let's go then.
You want to go to Candace?
If you'd like to raid into Candace, let's raid into Candace.
All right, let me see what she's doing here. Let me pull her up. Create with Candace. She's probably doing a rug. She's doing the Texas rug. Oh no, she's doing something different.
She normally does rugs.
Giveaway day. Oh yeah, let's put everybody there. That's a good idea.
Yeah?
Yeah, all right. Let me get the raid call set up for those in my channel. I guess if you're in Joy's channel, it's different, huh?
It is a little bit different, but yes, we can work side by side on that one.
Well, I'm just going to use the normal. Crap, did I copy her name? Oh, she's got that weird she's got that two.
Still here, my recording.
Yeah, we're still here. And I'll be back in a few hours. We're just going to raid out here to Create with Candace and drop you all off in Texas.
We're making it a bit of a night morning of it.
There we go. And then if you're from my channel, you get to pick. Let's see what it says. Oh yeah, that's good. Top one for bottom one for subscribers. You know, all the fun jazz Frosty Tools does. And then we'll be back, and I hope you guys enjoyed the first pajama party craft along, which I'm sure we'll do again next week. And I'll be a little more organized. I'll have different jammies.
Hey, are you already going into Create with Candace? Because I'm not there yet. Hang on a second.
No, I'm not there yet.
You'd think I'd know I was, because we're going to jump at the same time.
Yes. Thank you. My wife's PJs are very comfortable. I have to buy a pair of these. These are very comfortable.
See, PJs rock.
And now, unfortunately, I got to go put on a shirt.
But I normally wear blue cricket, and I thought I'm gonna trick him, and I'm gonna wear pink, and then he's worn pink as well. So, yeah.
And of course, it looks better on you than me.
Well, mine are my XOXOs, and I thought that's kind of cool because we can give you all hugs and kisses, and then Gigi walks out with lips on him.
Oh, that's Gigi loves it that way.
Yeah, that's it. Kisses all over the place. But you'd think we organised it, but we made sure we didn't tell each other, and this is what we came up with.
It's our little secret.
Okay. So whenever you're ready to raid, let me know.
Okay, so let me pick.
But we'll say thank you so much for joining us. I've had an absolute blast.
Yeah, it's been very fun. I've enjoyed it. And we'll do it again.
I believe so.
And then
Try
we'll
and
put out
stop
too.
us.
We should put out for those who want to join us and join in with us. We're more than happy. Come on, more the merrier. Because I think we can do up to what, 6 or 4,
5, I think.
maybe 5. So if somebody wants to
Have
come
you
in
got
and
your
show some
PJs
stuff.
on?
Oh, if you're working on crafts too, by the way, in my Discord I put a channel for show on stream for this pajama party. If you'd like to share something you work on during the week, and we can put it in here on. We can go over it on next Friday. I can't find her. Where is she? Why can I not find Create with Candace? She go. Oh crap! Did she go offline or?
No.
There she is.
I go 3, 2, 1. Where I'm about to go.
All right, I'm gonna start the raid. So thank you for joining us, and everybody have a wonderful day. I will be back streaming here in a few hours. So get yourself something to eat. Oh, Joy already went. Oh crap. Okay. And everything. We'll see you soon. Have a good day, and we'll be back. Peace. Thank you for coming.